Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Thursday Night Mini Healings. I'm Summer Avalon. I am thrilled to be here. It's the last Thursday of the year. Would you believe that? It seems like time has gone so fast, but also time has gone so slow. So tonight we've got a few things going on. There is a free session giveaway. Last week, our winner was Joan, and we appreciate the benefactor that donated 2 sessions to be able for me to give away. And I'm playing around now with the little program that does the pickings. We'll see if I can get it to work during the session because that's ideal. I do want people to be present to win. So we will see how that works. So I'm going to turn on chat. So if you're there, say hello. For the drawing, if you are really interested in that, make sure you attend on Facebook because my program doesn't work on YouTube. Oh, and there's Paula. Welcome, Paula. Paula, I really like that family picture you had on Facebook. That was nice. So I'm going to see. So we've got at least one comment. So I'm going to see if my little picker thing worked. See if it'll do anything. It's like, You know, I've had 2 dry runs with this. And of course, it doesn't want to do it now. So we'll see. If I get to the end of the show and I can't get it to work, I'll do it like last time. I bet you haven't. We've had such nice weather. You know, I can't go a week without talking about the weather. So, but if I don't talk about the weather, I have to talk about dogs. So this is Dexter, my little wild one, and Duncan's over here with his little squeaker toy. So we'll see if they play around. Yeah, no licking. But anyway, so I think we'll have a good night. So last week we had a theme, and so this week I think we're going to have a theme too. I'm just going to check that little program and just see. Ooh, did you hear that? Duncan, what are you doing? Come here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I might have to take that away from him. Duncan, stop. This is the culprit. Oh, there's a Duncan. My little personal assistants. So yes. So if you are new, which I expect to have a number of new people tonight because I paid some money to boost the posts all over the place. Last week, my focus was the regulars, and this week, the focus was bringing in some new people for the drawing. So, yes. So, to be in on the drawing, you just need to comment at least once. So, we shall see if I can get it to work. Other than that, pretty quiet. So I'm just going to try something different. I wonder if I need to refresh. That might do it, huh? When all else fails, try again. Duncan, he usually doesn't like the squeaky thing. So we shall see how that works, right? So at 10 after, we will start with the healing pulse. And I will give you instructions if you have not participated in that. It's a directed energy that you can decide where you want to receive. Ooh, I think I got it to work. That's cool. Yes, so we'll see if I can do it again at the end of the show. But so the healing pulse is a directed energy that goes to where you want it to go. And the type of energy sort of changes. Like when I first started, it used to be a mix of, hello, Valerie. It used to be a mix of um, quantum touch, modality called Shambhala, and I can't remember if Reiki in, ever played a role in that. When I muscle test, I get yes. And then my personal healing frequencies. And over time, so I've been doing the healing pulse. It'll be, gosh, 2 years next month when I started promoting it to people and trying it on people. Um, the longer I do it, the more it's sort of been taken over by my personal healing frequencies because they are getting stronger. And so it's sort of pushed a number of the other modalities out of it, which is cool. Just because it's just gotten more and more powerful the more I use it. So, because I think right now, oh, and there's Joanne. Welcome, Joanne. So, because I just muscle test. So, a lot of this stuff I don't exactly know, but I muscle test. And I've had a few shows where I show you how to muscle test, but we will not be doing that tonight. Hi, Marina. So let me see here. So the healing pulse is made up of, so I've got my personal healing frequencies, and that is over 75%. And then the balance of that is Shambhala multidimensional healing, which has a different name because they got in trouble for using the name Shambhala, which is crazy. And let me just see if there's anything else. No, so right now it's just those two main energies. But it's really an interesting tool because it goes directly to where you want it to go. So we will start that in 2 minutes. So with this, it works really well for physical issues, but it also works good for emotional issues and anxiety. Um, Although I do tell people it doesn't work for everyone. Like if you can connect with my energy, it's sort of magical because cool things happen, but not everybody connects. Oh, Joan, that sounds like fun. Were the little doggies with you? So everybody got Sandy and Mucky. I have Duncan laying across my lap just thinking about going to sleep. And Dexter's like right over here. So I definitely have some healing support here. All right, so we've got a healing pulse in 1 minute. So, as I was saying about the emotional impact of the healing pulse. So, if you think about something emotional, or if you have anxiety, think about where you feel that. Like usually I focus on the anxiety, but think about like anger. So, when you get really mad, where do you feel it? Where does it live? Um, and that's where you'll want to direct the energy to. And you're going to imagine that the energy is connecting directly to the source of that. Oh, but that would be fun, Joan, to have a camera. So if you are connecting on YouTube, just be aware that this is streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. I can see comments for both, but unfortunately, Facebook people can only see Facebook and YouTube people can only see YouTube people. Usually the YouTube side is very quiet, although I expect tonight the YouTube side will be even more quiet just because the drawing will be on the Facebook side only. Oh, and there's Anne Marie. Welcome. Oh, and it is 7:11. So we're going to start with the healing pulse. So think about where you want to receive the energy. If it's a physical issue that you're having, that's the easiest thing because that's exactly where you'll want to receive the energy. But if it's something emotional, that's, you need to think about where you feel that emotion. Joanna, is that Celsius or is that Fahrenheit? That's Fahrenheit, isn't it? I was going to say that's really warm for Celsius. So think about where you feel that emotion, or if it's anxiety, like with me, as I say just about every week, that with anxiety, for me personally, I feel it in the pit of my stomach. And so that's where I would direct the energy to. If you don't really have a place to send it, I would send it to your heart. So let's go ahead. I want you to rub your hands together until they're warm, and then place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. And then the next step is to place or imagine my hands on yours. So you're not only receiving your own healing frequencies, but mine too. And then this is the most important part, and that is to imagine that the energy is flowing and you're just being open and allowing. And you're just going to breathe that energy in. And like the name says, healing pulse, you should feel the energy ebb and flow if you feel it. Or you might be like me. I don't feel a lot of energy. It's sort of rare. But sometimes when I'm doing the healing pulse, I get where my fingers tingle. But oftentimes when I'm receiving or when I'm sending, sometimes I just don't feel anything. And I know there's a few of you out there that are the same way. And so when that happens, basically you just have to trust or skip it. We will be going on to other things that if you don't feel the healing pulse, there will be other things that might resonate more with you. Because this isn't something that everyone feels. Like traditional medicine, not everything works for everyone. So just keep breathing in that energy and just be open and allowing. We'll do one more minute. Just breathe it in. Okay. So that was tonight's first healing pulse. We'll probably do at least 3 more. And I've got my little book here. Okay. So tonight, this is video number 76. Would you believe that? 12/30/21. So Valerie, I've got you on the list, although I'll give you guys a choice because in honor of the new year, I had a request that we work on money and abundance, which is sort of a cool thing. So I thought I would do that sort of similar to what I did last week, which was some group work, which because you are all here, you do have things in common. There are a percent of you who have the same underlying reason for issues. So you can let me know if you have something specific you want to work on or if you were going to work on abundance. And there is Jane. Welcome, Jane. So Valerie, I'm going to put you first on the list for digestion. All right, Marina, we're going to put you down for abundance, especially when it comes to finances and money. I'm just seeing, so I'm just going back through comments, just making sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, so Paula, you've got something going on left side of jaw. That doesn't sound good. All right. Oh, Joanne, that's a little frustrating because that makes a big difference. I was watching a YouTube today with a gal who had all the COVID symptoms and said, Jane, I can see your comments. Ooh, there we go. It jumped. So Jane, want to work on good energy going back to job and personalities. Okay. So Jane. So anyways, about COVID, they were talking about people that do like the keto diet give the COVID virus less to feed on. So I had never heard that before. So good energies, personalities. Joan, trusting the universe. Oh, Heather, I'm so sorry. So I'm going to put you in the list for both. Generally, we do one at a time. So I guess we'll see if we get to multiple rounds. We'll definitely get to at least one. Bad vertigo. All right, Anne Marie. I'm sorry, Anne Marie. Okay, so we got a few things on there, Anne Marie, but I'm just going to put your mother's death. And we'll see if we can work on that as a group, or if we need to split out the anger and loneliness. Okay. Jane, that's a great idea to do 2022 with a fresh attitude. Because 2020 and 2021, for me, I could just as well forget them. They were hard. Okay. Oh, and there is Donna. Welcome, Donna. All right. So actually, we don't really have too much going on for the abundance piece, but Marina, you are down for that unless there's something else you would prefer. So we're going to start with Valerie. And I think sort of like the last few weeks, I'm going to use my little multiple list, and we'll start out with negative beliefs and see if that's playing a role. And then we'll also work on negative trapped emotions, and then we will do some positive things too. So it's not all about the negative. So I think I need to put a post-it on the page, because every week I sort of page through looking for my negative belief section, and it okay, come on, there it is. A lot going on, and then with the holidays. So, Donna, I will add you to the list for exhaustion, okay? Okay. So, Valerie, there is a negative belief that's playing a role in your digestive issues. So, let's see what that is. I'm shameful. Remember we talked about shame? When you have shame and shameful, that brings everything else down. So let me give you an age on that and see if that resonates, and then I will work on releasing it. On age 26, Valerie. So let's get rid of that. So that released, and the voids have been filled with a healing pulse. All right, so Marina, you are next, and we're going to work on abundance for you. So let's see what there is for you specifically. And there is a negative belief. I don't fit in anywhere. That's a negative belief. I get an age on that. 16, Marina. Definitely need to get rid of that because that makes you more sensitive to fitting in. And in an ideal world, you wouldn't notice if you fit in or not. You're okay with either. So let's get rid of that. Okay, so that released. And the voids have been filled. All right, Paula, you are next. So Paula, left side of your jaw, did that healing pulse help your jaw at all? So let's see what else is going on. Yes, we definitely need to keep working on that, Marina. Get rid of those layers. So it makes you more sensitive to that. And as an adult, that's hard. It's really hard. So let me just see. So Paula, there is a negative belief that's playing a role. Ooh, I am out of control. For some reason, that doesn't remind me at all of you, Paula. But let me get an age, and maybe it will trigger a memory. 16. So here's my question that I muscle test when I get things that don't seem to fit. So I'm going to ask, is this belief, I am out of control, is that really yours? So I'm going to muscle test, is that beliefs Paula's? I do get a yes. Sometimes when you're really close to someone and they have extreme behaviors, emotions, we absorb those. So I thought that might be the case. But so Paula, at 16, were you out of control? Or maybe your parents thought you were, but you were just fine. So let's go ahead and release that. So that released. And the voids have been filled with healing energy. All right, Jane, you are next. So in about 5 minutes, we will do the next healing pulse. So Jane's going back to work. She works in a school. Oh, so the energy made you feel out of control, maybe. Wasn't your behavior, it was everything around you. That makes sense. So, yeah, definitely different ways of interpreting things. So thank you for commenting on that, Paula. Let me know if your jaw, if things have shifted. Did it move? I imagine we're still going to need to work on it a little bit, but I'm hoping that it's things have lessened with that. All right, so Jane, we're going to work on good energies going back to school as things open after break and working with the different personalities in your department. So, and there is a negative belief that we can clear. I am awkward. Let me get an age on that, Jane. 12, Jane. So let's clear that. So that did release, and the voids have been filled. Okay, Joan, you are next. Joan wants to work more on trusting the universe. So let's see what that is. There is a negative belief that is part of what's holding you back. So let's see. Ooh, I am unimportant. That is so not true. So let's get rid of that. Let me get an age on that for you too, Joan. 23. Let's get rid of that. That is sort of an awkward age, isn't it, Jane? So, but something must have happened that made that feeling sort of stick for that age, some type of event. So it's good to get rid of that. All right, Charlotte, I will add you to the list. Okay, so in touch with reality. Okay, so, all right, so with Joan, I am unimportant, released. You're welcome, Joan. Heather, we're going to work on vertigo. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on. Ooh, I am stupid. That is not a good one. But somehow that's playing a role. Let me get an age on that and see if there's an event that comes to mind, Heather. We definitely don't want to keep that around. 12. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So I did get that to release. Let me know if you've noticed anything. Sometimes things clear, but other times there's other layers that we need to work on. So let's see. Anne-Marie, we'll do you, and then we'll take a break for a healing pulse, and then we'll go back to the list. All right, so Anne-Marie, we're going to work on the anniversary of your mother's death. And there is some negative beliefs in there. Ooh, I don't exist. That is not a good one. Let me get an age on that, Anne-Marie. 16. That's a long time to have that belief. Anne-Marie, let's get rid of that. For those of you who were here last week when we worked on some holiday things, Did you notice a difference the past week? Did you feel things a little less extreme, or were they still there in full force? Okay, so Anne-Marie, that released. Next, we're going to do our next healing pulse. And with that, we'll also do some breath work for those of you who seem to notice the healing pulse gets stronger. Nice, Joan. That's good. I know you've said that you really didn't care for the holidays, so that's good. So with this next healing pulse, what I want you to do is think about where you want to receive the energy and rub your hands together. And if you were here for the first one, think about where you want to receive the energy, okay? If you want to do it somewhere different or somewhere exactly the same. Heather, you might have to explain that, but let's do the healing pulse first. So with this, I would suggest with your COVID pneumonia, imagine sending it to your lungs, because I'm assuming that's where you're feeling it the most. And we're going to send energy there. And so once your hands are warm, place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. And then here's the most important part. Be open and allowing. Breathing that energy in. And with this, I want you to breathe it in as deep as you can and hold it. When you can't hold it any longer, let it out and hold it. So it's in and hold. And out and hold. Just in time, Sissy, jump in with a healing pulse, okay? In and hold. Out and hold. In. Out. Okay, that was our second healing pulse of the night. Let me know how you're doing. Sissy, let me know if you want to get on the list. If you do, I've got a couple people ahead of you. If you haven't posted something you want to work on, feel free. If you want to just continue to observe and take part of the healing pulses, that is fine too. Know that if you want to get on the drawing, you need to be on Facebook and you need to comment at least once. So super. So Donna, we're going to work on exhaustion and see if there's an underlying reason. Tummy bubbling and yawning. Wow. Well, that's a very good thing. So for any of you that are new, yawning is a major sign that things are shifting. You're creating more energetic room for the healing. And there's not quite a number of you that start to yawn. All right, Sissy, so what do you want to work on your knee again, or is there something else you want to work on? Okay, so Donna, exhaustion. So we're working on negative beliefs. Ooh, I am nothing. Wow. Thanks, Heather. That's a cool thing. Ooh, and Sissy, who is also Diane on the feed, for those of you who are thinking, who's Sissy? Yep, so So Heather's doing really well. So that's cool. Because I think this is your first time here, right, Heather? So welcome. I'm glad you are experiencing cool things. So with Donna, I am nothing. That definitely is something we need to get rid of. Okay. So, Sissy, we've got knee and anxiety. All right. So let's see. Let me get an age for you, Donna, of the I am nothing. "23." So when I give ages, ages are the hardest thing just because, well, just because. But generally, it's usually plus or minus a year. And oftentimes um, that helps you, narrow things down a bit. Some of you, when I give you an age, you won't know what it is because at the time it might have been really significant, but maybe 6 months after that, it's totally slipped your mind. But that feeling of that time made an impression and you held on to that energy, and it's a negative thing. So, what we're doing is releasing that, creating room so that your body can help itself. All right. So, with Donna, I did release and remove I am nothing. And next, Charlotte, being able to be in touch with reality. So let's see. Ooh, I don't exist. Let me get an age on that for you, Charlotte. You guys have had some hard beliefs this time. So let's see what age that is. 13, Charlotte. So let's get rid of that because that isn't helping at all. Okay, so that released. We'll do another healing pulse in another 7 minutes or so. Okay, so that released and the voids have been filled. Sissy, you are next. We're going to work on anxiety first. And then we'll go, I'll probably do a commercial, which I'm not good at commercials, but tonight I need to do one. And then we'll go back around the list and then we'll work on negative trapped emotions. And then we will do positive reinforcements. So, and depending on the time, I might do like a group positive reinforcement. And I'll make sure that I get everyone included on that. All right, so let's see. What is a negative belief that's contributing to your anxiety? Ooh, I'm shameful. Another one. Of all the emotions and all the feelings, shame is the lowest. So especially when that comes up, I always want to make sure that we clear it 100%. Let me get an age on that. 16, Sissy. Ooh, as I drop my pen. So let's clear that. So that released and the voids have been filled. Okay, what time is it? So we'll do a healing pulse in 5 minutes. So here is my commercial for tonight. Until the end of January, I am doing a really awesome brand new client special. So if you have not been to me for a private session or you want to gift someone, maybe you missed giving a Christmas gift, I've got a special rate of $60. And with that, it's $30 off the regular rate of $90. And it's an hour-long session. we will meet online. Generally, I like to do like a video chat through Facebook video chat or Zoom. I've got other options too, like WhatsApp or FaceTime, but my preference is usually Zoom or Facebook or Skype. With that, I bring out all my tools, which includes like entity removal, something called offensive energies, and I've got quite a few different things that is on my list. And basically, I muscle test everything to find out what is the source of what's going on with you. I also give you the option if you want to learn about muscle testing, also called applied kinesiology. We'll start a session with that, or we'll just jump right in. And generally, I have you bring to your session 3 things that you want to work on. And those things can be physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, or relationship based. So that's my commercial. Let me know if you have questions. I do have a free 15-minute consultation where if you want to chat about what's going on, if you want to chat about the tools I use or my credentials, feel free to message me on Facebook or on my website, which the link is on the screen near the bottom, summeravalon.com. All right, so let's see. 3 more minutes. We will do another healing pulse, but we're going to work on negative trapped emotions. I've got over 400 on my list. So plenty of potential emotions to release. All right. So Valerie, sounds like you were doing much better. So I'm going to muscle test and see. And that's okay, Donna. Not everybody yawns, and everybody is a little different. And sometimes for years, when I was working on people, I didn't yawn either. And probably within the last year or so, if I've got a really intense client, there are times when I yawn. So, but for the longest time, I didn't. Okay, so, all right, so Valerie, I'm not getting there's anything left for your digestion. So we're going to go to Marina. Marina, we're going to work on abundance and work on the negative emotions. Let me get to the right page. Sorrowful. Let me get an age on that. Age 7. Well, I think that means you're releasing, Valerie, right? Okay. Releasing sorrowful for Marina. I'm around age 7. Paula. How's your jaw doing, Paula? Let's see. Getting there's more to work on that jaw, though, Paula. So let's see. Unimportant. Did someone else have? Oops. Someone else had the negative belief they were unimportant, but it wasn't you, Paula. So unimportant. Let me get an age. Okay, Paula, there's another layer. Hey, Fred. Okay, Fred, I will add you to the list. Let me just give an age for Paula, and then we're going to do a healing pulse. 16, Paula. That was the age of the other one. And I'm getting it's not exactly the same event as the other one, but it's in a really close time period when you were 16 or so. So let's go ahead and release the trapped emotion of unimportant. And then we're going to do a healing pulse. So Valerie, I think with your digestion, send that healing pulse energy to your stomach and see if you can get that to calm down. Okay? All right, so everyone rub your hands together and make sure that when your hands are warm, you place them exactly where you want to receive the energy. Once your hands are in place, then we will, I will send the healing energy. And I will add Joanne. I've added Fred and Joanne and Geraldine. Okay, so with the healing pulse energies, let's do pretty much the same breath. So I want you to do in and hold. And when you can't hold any longer, let it out and hold. As you're letting that energy out, the breath out, imagine everything that doesn't serve you is also being released. So especially you that have felt some relief on the trap or the released negative beliefs and the negative emotions, imagine that any remnants, any pieces that were left behind is now going away. Geraldine, let me know what you want to work on specifically. It'll help the accuracy. Or if you don't want to tell me, that's fine too. I'll just tell you what I get. But just let me know. Sometimes it's easier for me to hone in if I know, but it is actually not required. So just breathe in and out that healing energy. Perfect, Fred. Okay, so that was the third healing pulse of the night. Next, we're going to go on, and I've got some additions to my list. So it'll go Fred, Joanne, Geraldine, and Jane. All right, so let's see. So Fred, I'm working on trapped emotions right now. Worthless, Fred, as a trapped emotion. Let me get an age on that. Ooh, Donna, that's hard. I didn't realize there were still fires going on out there. All right, Geraldine, I'll put that down. Controlling. negative thoughts. Okay. So, Fred, I'm working on age for you. 16, Fred. So let's go ahead and release that because that's not serving you. And when I do that, I imagine that your ears are just calming. Okay, so that released and the voids have been filled. Joanne, we're going to work on dealing with your son and you're feeling that he's been dishonest. What if, Joanne, he feels bad because he thinks he might have given it to you, and so he's guilty? So the word that comes up relating to this is slandered. I'm not getting it's yours, though, but it's someone around you who has affected you, but it makes you more sensitive to this situation. So let me get an age on this. So age 16. I think that was one of the most common ages of the night. So let's release that. But something about this is sort of triggered with your son. Okay, so that released. And I knew All right, so Jane, I'm going to add Lori. Feeling repulsive. That's not good. So Lori will go after you, Jane. Wow, Donna, that's horrible. So Donna says she's not hearing me. Did I lose everyone? More technical difficulties, which doesn't surprise me. All right, I'm going to keep going though. So I've got Geraldine next about controlling negative thoughts. Smothered, Geraldine. Let me get an age on that. Well, that's good. So Donna, it might be your internet connection where the voices aren't transmitting in the video. Good. Usually it isn't, right? Okay, so let's get an age for Geraldine. 18, Geraldine. So somewhere in there, plus or minus a year. So let's get rid of that because that's playing a role in your negative thoughts. Oh, good, Donna. Okay. That released. Jane is next, and we're going to work on her getting back to work and having good energy at work. Unmindful. So I wonder if that's when you sort of weren't connected to like your intuition. Let me get an age and see if that brings up a memory, Jane. 19, Jane. So let's get rid of that because somehow that's playing a role in your connection. Wow, Joanne. So that means whatever was related to slandered, connected. Good. That is good to know. All right, Lori, we're going to work on clearing feeling repulsive. Let's see what we've got for that with the negative trapped emotion. Withdrawn. Let me get an age on that, Lori. That, and I'm also thinking not really connected. Yeah, I think that's right, Jane. So when you were 19 or around 19, does something come to mind? Although many of us, I think at that age, were probably unaware, unmindful. I mean, we were teenagers, right? Okay, so withdrawn and Lori, get an age. Age 8, Lori. Let's get rid of that because that definitely isn't serving you. Okay, so that released. So Jane, tell Lori I remove withdrawn around age 8. All right, so let's see who's next. Joan and then Heather. And it looks like we're going to go a little long tonight, but at the end we will do the aura strengthening, and then you'll get a week's worth of healing pulses to go. All right, so Joan, working with your intuition. Worried. I'm going to get an age on that. "17, Joan. Somehow that's playing a role in blocking your connection and trusting. All right, Heather, you are next. So let's see. Not getting anything else for the vertical currently, Heather. So we're going to work on the COVID pneumonia symptoms. Wounded. Let me get an age on that. Yes, so it's good that we released it. Good, Heather. Thank you for letting me know. Let's see if we can make it even better. So wounded, let me get an age. "18, Heather. So plus or minus a year, somewhere in there. Let's go ahead and release that negative trapped emotion so your body can help itself. So that released and the voids have been filled. All right, so I'm going to get through the rest of the list. And then I think I'm going to pull some positive emotions and reinforce, and I'll do probably 5 of them. So I'll make sure that at least one of them will help each of you, if not more. All right, so I've got Anne Marie, Donna, Charlotte, and Sissy. Okay, so Anne Marie, we're going to work on your mother's death and how it's affecting you. Go to a different page. Ooh, pessimistic, Anne Marie, which means you are more likely to go negative than to be positive because of this. So let's get rid of this because I'd rather have you be positive. Let me get an age on this. '18, Anne Marie. Let's release that because this just makes it harder to be positive. So that released. Donna, we're going to work on exhaustion. Irresponsible. Let me get an age on that. '19, Donna. So let's go ahead and release that. Really? That's interesting, Marina. I thought they're supposed to be the same. Yes. Yeah, because I think the oldest I got was 26. Otherwise, most people were in their teens. And I even got 7. But, that's when I talk about doing group work, there are many, many commonalities. Okay, so Donna, that released and the void has been filled. Charlotte, I'm going to work on releasing negative emotions. Mournful, Charlotte. Let me get an age on that. Mm. 16, Charlotte. So young. Let's get rid of that. That doesn't help you at all. Anne Marie, it was pessimistic, meaning you're more likely to go negative than positive. All right, so Charlotte, that released. Sissy, let's see, we're going to work on your knee this time. Inflexible. Does that describe your knee too, Sissy? Okay, so let me get an age on that. '27, Sissy. Let's release that because that's not helping you. Okay, so that released. And the voids have been filled. And so I've gone through my list. Those of you who are here at the beginning, I got you in twice. But everyone should have gotten at least one removal. So yes, we need to change that, Anne Marie. It makes life harder if you're always negative. So let's do the drawing. Let's see if I can get it to work. I got it to work earlier when I was playing around with it. Let's see. Paula. Now, with this, you got to be present to win. Paula, are you here? Say yes, Paula. So comment. And if you don't comment within a couple minutes, yes, Joan won last week. Very amazing. Ooh, there's Paula. Yay. So Paula, you are the winner of a free private session. Yay. So congratulations. Thank you for anyone new who showed up. We had a benefactor who purchased 2 sessions. So we gave away one last week and then this one this week. So we'll have to see. It might be sort of a regular thing. Yeah, sort of a nice thing. All right, so I want to pull some positive emotions. And so I think I want to do like at least 5. So let's see. Yes, thank you, donor. That was wonderful. Okay, so and with these positive emotions, I'm going to tell you how many of you have these. So right now there's like, according to the counter, 12, but I know that oftentimes it's off at least a little bit. So let's see. Ooh, here's the first positive emotion. Forceful. I don't know if that's particularly positive, but if you say this is a positive emotion and it's forceful, I think it is, right? Okay, so let's see. Let's do another. Ooh, the next one's kind. That's nice. So this, what we're doing is this will reinforce this. So Joan and Paula, you can just let me know when you want to do your session. You know, I'm pretty flexible typically. All right, so let's see. I'm going to go to the next page. Ooh, unselfish. That's nice. And then let's see what else we got. Ooh, precious. Okay, so then we're going to do one more. And then I'm going to tell you what percent this will help you. Ooh, this is nice. Soothed. So it's SOOTHED. Soothed. All right, so let's see how many of you will this help. So some of these, the percentages are smaller, but I think it's more based on need. So not all of you need all of these. Okay. So these are the percentages of the group that have these. So Elaine just must has one more thing. So of the group, all of you had at least one of these. So this will help everyone when I reinforce. So 55% could really use more forceful. 40% needed to be more kind. And so that makes sense too, because I know many of you are very kind. So some of you just needed a boost. 10%, so between 1 and 2 of you, needed to be a little bit more unselfish. So that was an important one. Ooh, here's the last two. Pretty much almost everyone had these. 75% needed a feeling of being precious. And when I look at like the negative trapped emotions and the negative beliefs, I think that makes sense. And then the last one is 85% had soothed. And so I think that's more of like a calming. So I'm going to go ahead and reinforce those. I think that's exactly true, Joan. We're right where we are meant to be. Most definitely. Okay, so I'm going to reinforce forceful and kind and selfish, precious and soothe. So reinforcing all of those. Okay. So, and tonight we're going to do the aura strengthening. And for those of you who are new, you get a week's worth of healing pulses to go. And so they're in a little healing pulse baggie. And basically to use it, you just need to set the intention that you want to use the healing pulse, and you draw it in by rubbing your hands together and setting your intention that you're going to use the healing pulse. So let's go ahead and do an aura strengthening. And what this is we're sending energy to our aura. And the most important thing that this does is it helps repel negativity, and it makes you stronger. Not only do you repel negativity, but you don't feel the negative quite as much because it strengthens your shield in front of you. And so with this, we're going to rub our hands together. If you want to use healing pulse energy, you can. If you want to practice working with your own energy, you just set the intention that you're just going to use your own energy. And so rub your hands together, and when they're warm, start sending to your aura. And you can do it this way, into you, or you can do it this way. For some reason, I always do it this way. But it's one of those things that doesn't really matter. It's all about your intention. And so just breathe out and breathe in, and just imagine the energy flowing, making that invisible shield around you just stronger. Just breathe it in and breathe it out. So that was our last healing pulse of the night with the aura strengthening. So I wish you all the best. Thank you for participating tonight. We had a really bigger group than what we usually have, but I think lots of really good healing happened. So I am here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central, and usually we go about an hour. You are very welcome. Oh, anyone else have a headache? Hold on, let's do one more healing pulse, okay? I don't like anyone going away not feeling good. All right, Donna, rub your hands together. Place it on your head exactly where you... Wonderful, Jane. Thank you for doing that. You are very welcome, Marina. Yes, Joanne. See you next year. All right, so I'm doing one more healing pulse for anyone who needs it. So Donna and anyone else, rub your hands together. And place your hands exactly to where you want the energy to go and flow. And then allowing the energy to go exactly to where it needs to go. Yes, Happy New Year. Next year, 2022. Ooh, Anne-Marie, thank you for sharing that. Good, Jane. I like to hear that you're using it. So just breathe that additional healing pulse energy in. Imagine it going exactly to where it needs to go. The energy ebbing in. Taking a pause. And with each pulse, it goes a little deeper, a little stronger, a little more direct on where it needs to be. That is good. Yes, I hope to see everyone here next Thursday. Okay. You are very welcome, Donna. I hope that helped. But I and the little doggies are going to go. Have a fabulous night. Bye. You're very welcome, Heather. I hope you come back next week.